Hello, friends. I'm Jessica, shamanic practitioner at Be the Light Shamanic Healing,
And I'm Brian Sergio, pastor of McFarland United Church of Christ.
and we're really excited to co-create this beautiful fire ceremony, bringing both the Christian community and the shamanic communities together to really celebrate each other, celebrate our unity, the ways in which our beliefs really complement each other.
It's been an absolute joy. This is the second one of these that we have done. We did the summer solstice together, and we are backed by popular demand. I mean, so many people who came to that. We had about 40 people, I would say,
Yeah.
but it was a really meaningful thing. And about half of that was folks from the church, half from people in your network, and it was just such a beautiful thing to come together. And I think a lot of people were curious, how does a shamanic practitioner and a Christian minister, how do those traditions come together? Can they come together? Say a little bit about that from your perspective.
We did do another video that I'll link in the description to elaborate a little bit more on that. And for me, it was really just in talking to you, Brian, realizing how similar we really are. Like, getting into some big topics together too. We weren't like tiptoeing around things, just like getting in there. And I felt like, wow, we really share so many of the same beliefs, really. And I thought that was so beautiful. So it's been exciting for me to take that back to my community and be like, hey guys, there's something cool happening over here. Like, let's go be part of that.
Yeah. And as you and I both agree, this world really needs people who may be coming from different perspectives to learn how to come together with respect and open hearts and listening. And very often, you find that you actually have more in common than you might have thought. As far as shamanism and Christianity, I mean, to me, the light and love of the divine is right at the center of both of those traditions. So that's always an easy bridge, even if we have different language or a different framework or something. It's always very easy to find our way to each other's hearts and the tradition. And the church has traditionally, historically used the cycles of the light and the sun and the moon and the astrological stuff that's at the heart, even at the very Christmas story, the star that the wise people followed from the east, etc. I mean, it's all in there, and this is a delightful way to be a little more honest about that and to celebrate it rather than see it as somehow conflictual.
Yeah, absolutely. And regarding this fall equinox ceremony, how I see it, this time is it's really a period of time. It's not just celebrating one day. This time of really the harvest of reaping the rewards of everything that we've been cultivating and nurturing, both energetically and physically. It's about coming together and sharing abundance and sharing gratitude and being grateful for all that we have in all the ways, not just the material ways, but the spiritual and the connections with community and that sort of thing. And kind of like that, almost this period of time of like the last hurrah before, we each go into that more introspective state that is winter.
Right. Yeah, no, beautifully said. And just the fall equinox being, I mean, equinox, the word means equal night. So it's the time when there's equal light and darkness, and just all the symbolism and the richness of that. Our lives are all filled with both, and there are gifts in the light and in the darkness, and just working with that and celebrating that, approaching that from each of our different traditions. Say a little bit about the fire ceremony itself. People might be curious about that.
Yeah. So I lead the fire ceremony in a way similar to how it was given to me. I received the blessing to share the ceremony from a lineage that I've studied with in the Andes Mountains in Peru. And so we do it pretty similar to how it was shared with me. And we gather around and we use percussive sound with rattles or drums. And we sing a chant together. And we each take turns going up to the fire and either releasing something that we're ready to let go of, or putting in our prayers or intentions or dreams or desires for things that we want to manifest into our lives. And we kind of move through a few different things during the ceremony in honoring and welcoming in our ancestors and the ancestors of the land, and wrapping it up with usually some sort of a guided meditation or journey type of experience. And if people want to share about their experience, it's always really fun to hear how that went, how it landed for people. It's always just so beautiful to hear how the ceremony touches people in unexpected ways, I'd say.
Yeah, and you do such a beautiful job of leading communities through that. I'm looking forward to being with you again. And from the Christian side, we draw from the Celtic Christian tradition, and we'll just say a couple of prayers. There might be a scripture or something like that, but something that dovetails nicely with what you're doing. And I'm really looking forward to it and hope we get a nice crowd.
Yeah, yeah, looking forward to it as well. Thank you so much. Please reach out if you've got any questions. And I don't think I've got anything to add. How about you, Brian?
No, not at all. Hope to see
All
you on
right.
the 22nd.